More than 50 people are feared dead and tens more are hospitalized in Kericho County following a tragic accident that occurred at Londiani Junction Friday evening. The 6:30 p.m. accident occurred after a truck lost control, running over pedestrians, business people and more than 10 vehicles, some of them matatus, which were parked by the roadside. And as we will be hearing from Emily Chebet later, we will be getting into details on exactly what happened, how many have been injured and how many casualties. But for now, we are joined on phone by Dr. Collins Kipkoech. He is the doctor on duty at Londiani Hospital. Good evening, Dr.
Good evening, William.
Can you update us on how many injured have been brought to hospital? What is in the situation? What's the situation at the hospital? How many casualties as well?
So the situation at the hospital is we are now stable. We have managed to isolate and refer the patients who required surgical intervention. So we've, with the help of the governor and the governor in Nakuru County, and the health in charges, we managed to evacuate all the casualties, the ones who needed orthopedic reviews. So in terms of casualties, we, at our mortuary now, at this minute, we have 45 confirmed dead in our mortuary. We have more bodies lying at the scene of accident, some beneath the lorry and some yet to be removed from the debris. So we are talking to close to more than 50 casualties. Mm-hmm. And we also have some who we've referred. Like we had like around 4 patients who had severe head injuries. So they are on transit to Nakuru. So we don't know. We hope for the best, but also those are patients also are on the in terms of their prognosis that some might not survive.
Mm-hmm. And Dr. where exactly is your hospital located in relation to the accident? Are there other injured persons that are still being brought to hospital as we speak?
As we speak, no more injured person is being brought. All the injured patients have been sorted at our outpatient department. We only have the ones with minor injuries, around 5 or 6, who we are planning to admit. But the ones who had serious injuries, who formed, I'd say 30% of the proportion, have been referred to Kericho County Referral Hospital and Nakuru Provincial General Hospital.
Mm-hmm. And what do we know of the driver of this particular truck that lost control? What do we know about the other pedestrians, business people, the bystanders, the ones that were not in the particular vehicle that apparently caused this accident?
I'm not able to give that information because I have not managed to go to the scene of the accident, because I've been stuck at the hospital. So, but from the hearsay, what I hear people saying, it is believed that a driver driving a truck lost control some few kilometers just after entering to the Kericho County at the Kericho-Nakuru border, past the Mau Summit Junction, and was unable to control the truck. So, unfortunately, rammed into around 8 Nissans that were parked by the roadside. Mm-hmm. And also some of the road sellers and some of the motorcycle drivers.
Right.
Because when we look at the casualties, they are thoroughly injured.
Dr. You mentioned that some of the injured that have been rushed to different hospitals in Kericho and Nakuru counties. What can you tell us of the nature of injuries that are being reported within the casualty in terms of the extent of injuries? What type of injuries are being presented there in the hospital as we speak?
As we speak, the injuries that are being presented mostly are fractures, mostly of the lower limbs and the upper limbs. Also, head injury. And then we also have patients also with a chest trauma. So, but mostly the lower limb fractures are forming the giant chunk of the injury.
Right, and have you been able to discharge some, those that did not suffer serious injuries?
We haven't, because the protocol is patients who are involved in a road traffic accident should at least be observed for a minimum of 48 or up to 24 hours minimum, or up to 48 until, so we can't discharge them as of now.
Right, thank you very much.
That, we have very few, a few proportion were mildly injured, a big proportion were killed. That's around, I would say maybe 60%. Succumbed. Around 30% got, let's say 20% severe injury, and another 20% moderate injury, and less than 10% with mild injury.
Many thanks, Dr. Collins Kipkoech, doctor on duty at Londiani Hospital. The Daktari confirming that 45 people have been confirmed dead. This after a tragic accident that occurred at Londiani Junction Friday evening. And this 6:30 p.m. accident occurred after a truck lost control, running over pedestrians, business people, and more than 10 vehicles, most of them matatus, which were packed by the roadside. We now have that report and more details filed by Emily Chebet. Let's take a look.
A truck that was headed in the direction of Kericho is said to have lost control and veered off the road, ramming vehicles that included at least 4 lorries and several matatus and boda-bodas parked along the Londiani Junction stage. The truck driver was repeatedly trying to avoid a bus that had experienced mechanical failure and stalled on the highway.
Hii ajali imefanyika wakati nilikuwa hapa Londiani, wakati nilikuwa nimeingia kwa junction, nikaona gari trailer ikikuja kwa mwendo wa kasi sana. So mimi ndo nilikuwa naenda kukutana na yeye, lakini nikamkwepa. Yule jamaa mwenye alikuwa nyuma yangu ambaye alikuwa ako na kanta, alidhania mimi nataka kununua kitu, aka overtake. Yeye ndio sasa akafinywa na hiyo, akagongwa na hiyo gari, ikamrusha kwa gari yangu. Na hiyo gari ikaenda kaanguka huko nyuma, ikaanguka nyuma kama imeanguka kwa magari mengine. Yangu kufika hapa nikafurahi, manake pia yeye venye aliona gari yenyewe inaniambia mpita pale akifanya biashara yake. Venye aliona inakuja kwa mwendo wa kasi, pia tayari alijaribu kutoroka. Lakini venye alifika hivyo akaona ako safe, akarudi nyumbani mbio.
Several matatus were damaged beyond recognition during the evening accident. According to Londiani Sub-County Police Commander Agnes Kunga, a rescue operation is still going on, with several bodies still trapped inside vehicles and some under the truck. Tens of injured people have been rushed to different hospitals in Londiani, Kericho, Nakuru, where they are currently receiving treatment.
Na mimi nilikuwa sehemu ya Londiani town. Kwa vile bibi yangu anafanya kazi hapa junction, ripoti kaweza kunifikia kwa haraka na nikakuja mbio sana. Nilipofika hapa hivi ndio nimepata sasa, ndio watu wanaendelea kupeleka hospitali wengi, lakini vile nimefika hapa nimepata bado wengine wamelaliwa na ile trailer.
Rescue efforts have been slowed by heavy rains at the scene. The Sub-County Police Commander says the number of casualties could rise and that there will be a proper brief later. Emily Chebet, Citizen TV, Nairobi.